Hello everyone. My name is Putri Ramadhani and everybody can call me Putri. I'm from Public Administration major with ID student is 666123017 and 0. Today I'm very excited to present my literature review project with the title is, let's see what the title, because my title is so long, right? Okay, Okay, my title project is the dualism of digitalization, assessing social media and civic education, is spacing youth political participation and e-democracy in Indonesia. Okay, to start off, let's look at the reality around us today. Like millennials and Gen Z, like us, make up more than half of Indonesian electorate. This is the central fact of our currently political landscape. Historically, young citizens have always been drivers of change, from toppling the new order regime to forging political policy debate. However, what is completely differently today is the new environment we operate in. Social media has made political information cheaper and faster to access. But on the flip side, algorithmic bias reward outrage over nuance, misinformation, and then many young people are turning out to the digital noise. Therefore, this literature review evaluates six academic resources to understand this ongoing tension, like where digital platform expand participation and where they quickly erode it. Okay, let's do it. Moving on the main discussion, let's examine for the first source. First source is by Wijaya and Amalia 2024 argue that Indonesian traditional civic education curriculum or pendidikan kewarganegaraan or PKN was built for a different era. It's focused heavily to state loyalty, I think. However, today youth from opinion through Instagram and WhatsApp forwards, based on the 2014 and 2019 election cycle. Elite-driven identity political easily polarizes young voters like a algorithmic bias. Yeah. The author concludes that civic education must evolve to treat digital literacy not just a technical skill, but as a genuinely ethical responsibility. But meanwhile, research for the second resource by Ida et al. 2025 offers a quantitative perspective on how social networks shape engagement. Interestingly, they found around 60, 70, 760, yeah, of university students survey actively vote. This directly challenges the assumption that our generation political uptake. The student highlight that students who are active in peer groups and family are significantly more likely to volunteer, attend a seminar, and join public awareness work, proving that both strong and weak societies drastically reduce the friction of getting involved politically. And the data is from Ida et al. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at how digital infrastructure complete this participation, right? Search 3 by Mustafa Utama and then Andalus 2024 uses Stephen Cliff democracy model to show 19% increase in young voters utilizing social media for political information. However, there is a crucial warning about the digital divide between urban areas and the rural east. Furthermore, there are critique the ITE law, like Undang-Undang ITE, pointing out that through a e-democracy cannot flourishing when the legal infrastructure treats public dissent and constructive criticism. Similarly, search for from Supriyanto 20 wait, yes. Supriyanto 2024 acknowledged that digital platforms have genuinely democratized political discourse. Youth engagement online jumped from 13.7% in 2019 to 5.16% in 2024. However, the author notes that social media infrastructure is designed to maximize screen time, not to inform for citizens, include young citizens. Consequently, algorithm reward conflict, trap user in ideological echo chamber, and foster online harassment, which is often push out the exact marginalized voice that the platform was supposed to celebrate. Okay, the last two shorts look like closely at the protest communication and youth socialization and youth citizen, of course. Okay, Source 5 by Fawadi 2025, like analyzes the student protest of September around September, October 2020, 2019. 2019, the author showed that physical realized September realized, no run alongside massive hashtag campaign like Tolak Omnibus Law and the Twitter, Instagram, and semua pergerakan. Extending solidarity beyond physical borders. More importantly, the tone activity has changed, unlike the formal and confrontational style like the 1998 Reformasi era, like Soekarno, no, not Soekarno, like Soeharto era. Modern students carry substantive political argument, of course, drop memes like casual language and humorous poster and like caricature, making political engagement more inclusive. For last source is which is source 6 by South, by South et al. 2020 use Habermas public sphere theory to analyze the 2019 election. Their data show the 5 15.7% of students regularly follow political news or their phones, and 27 engage with them multiple times a week, of course. They argue that social media has inevitably become the primary arena for youth political socialization in Indonesia, which is forces used to critical evaluate that one kind of political values this digital sphere in actually producing. Okay, when we look across all 6 sources, the narrative that young Indonesians are politically lazy or apathetic takes all really hit, I think. Of course, we are not checked out. We just participate and differently through digital activities. Has the campaign and meme-driven commentary and like a public discussion, but this with a platform like Instagram, Twitter, and now we have a new platform to discuss here, which is TikTok. Yeah. Okay. However, we must confront the systematic features of the of digital public sphere, the polarization and online hostility we see online are not random bugs. They are direct features on algorithm and reward reaction over nuance. Furthermore, we cannot build a healthy digital democracy without addressing our offline infrastructure problems, like specifically the digital divide and marginals rural Eastern in Indonesia, and the legal inequality of the Undang-Undang ITE that makes citizen things twice before speaking on. The literature clearly show that while social media opened the door to political participation, it cannot hold it open alone. Okay, we can. Ini tadi sudah. It's done. Wait. Okay. Reflection on these findings. This project clarified a lot of things I experienced personally as part of Gen Z, right? I see constantly how my peers remix government policy into memes. There's memes are not just entertainment, they are genuinely political experience, I think. However, I also realize how easy it's to get a trap in algorithm, of course, credit fit where we only meet people who already agree with us. Specifically agree with me. It's like selfish, but I think yeah, I like that. It doesn't feel like a bubble from the inside, and I that is really problem. As a student of public administration, of course, this connected directly to how the state relates and to its citizen. Public administration is no longer just about managing physical service. It's run significantly through digital infrastructure. In Indonesia, government institution must stop treating digital sphere as peripheral. And the real choice for the state moving forward is not whatever engaging online, but whatever it will engage truth and truth to control of through genuinely accountability. There is two choice will produce completely different kind of democracy, I think. To wrap to wrap of digital space, the primary arena where youth political identities are ulang. To wrap up digital space as the primary arena, what show political identities are formed, tested, and experienced in Indonesia. The shift from passive audience to attractive participants is real and powerful, of course. Like 1998 reformation. However, we cannot remain straightforwardly and then structural problems like a polarization, misinformation, and legal pressure like with structural response. Moving forward, we do not need a single quickly fix. We need to update civic education to reflect digital relation, implementation transparency, content like a content moderation, and then protect open dialogue and ensure the state become more comfortable with online criticism, leaving the digital public sphere to grow without this guardrails is not neutral choice, I think. I think yeah, so long yipping, yeah, and then I think that is all from my presentation today. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'm open to any question and feedback. Thank you. See you all soon.